Hey everyone, I'm here to show you how to make Indian masala tea today. We're going to be quick about it. I've got the wife waiting. So I'm using these large cups. You can make it smaller cups. The ratio matters. Size of the cups don't. So I like to use a 60-40 ratio. So 60% is water and about 40% milk. However, you can choose to do 50-50 or 100% milk. Depends on your taste. Some people do like to make 100% milk in the winter months. It's usually called milk tea or doodh patti, and that's really popular as well. Let's turn the gas on. I have the gas on high right now. I'm going to add some ginger and some spices to this. Now, what I have here is some cardamom, some cinnamon, and some cloves. Now you don't have to put any of these. You can choose to put less. So for example, I can just choose to put one clove over here, and that's about it. But you can just choose to put cardamom, cinnamon, or just the cloves. Clove is very good. It really helps you. This is medicinal. So all this you can put as well. I usually like to use little mortar and pestle. I've got a little small one here, and for me at least, I would like to make it into a nice grind, a powdery thing over here. Let's see. To me, it gives me a better flavor. Now you can have this pre-ground and keep it with you, and you don't have to do this every single time. However, I like to do this because it gives me the freshest flavors out of the spices that I have. And it's generally not a good idea to keep, your spices already ground up. You want to ground them up as you go, or as required. Let's put this over here. I've got this ginger over here. You don't need a big knob. Don't use too much of it. It will get little bitter. If the tea will get bitter if you use too much of it. So you just use an ample amount just to give you a zing. So perhaps I'm going to use, I'm going to use about this much. You can use a mortar pestle. I like to use a microplane. With the microplane, I get the most extraction of ginger out there. As you can see, this much, a little bit more perhaps, and nice. This is a pretty young ginger. You don't need to peel it, you don't need to do anything. The skin actually has a lot of good flavor and properties. And even if you peel ginger, so you have the skin off, keep the skin, and you could wash it and then just use that for your teas. And it's really good, and you'll get all the flavor you need. So let's get that going over here. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to show you this in all real time. You can choose to forward it if you like. I like sugar. You don't have to put sugar. This is organic cane sugar, so it's clumped up together a little bit. Sugars, no sugar, more sugar, less sugar. I just put about a teaspoon worth, as you can see. That's there. All right, let's get this going. So once it starts coming to a boil, that's when I would like to add my tea. Now, what kind of tea? This is Indian tea. This is black tea. So very grainy, you could call it, and that's the type of tea you want to get. You go to any of your South Asian Indian stores, Walmart, even locally, at least here in Canada, more popular cities, we were able to get that. How much to add, really? I am using one of these big ones, but you might not have that, so let's try to use a spoon that everybody might have at home. Just a teaspoon right here. So I'm just adding a little bit. and that's per one. So 1, 2. Now, that's the size of my cup right here. But if you had, say, a smaller cup, like a Indian tea cup or something, one big one, nice one, would be more than enough. However, you know, you could take it as about 5 grams per cup of tea. So about 10 grams total. The more you let it boil, the stronger it's going to get. We're just going to let it boil about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to grab milk over here. So the milk I'm using is 3.25%. You can choose to use 2%. I prefer using little whole milk here. It gives me a better tea. On the other hand, you can choose to use skim milk or whatever milk you wish. Just gonna let it come to boil for another 30 seconds here. Now, people in India, they love the whole cow's milk. However, they also have the buffalo milk, the water buffalo, and that tastes so amazing. And that's actually my preferred milk to use in a tea because I guess maybe it's an acquired flavor. However, I love the way it tastes, and it just gives you that creamier, richer tea that I like. Perhaps because of the fat content is a lot more. I wouldn't really recommend you put cream in there to substitute that. That would just become too much. And let's get that on. Now, I'm just gonna give this a little wash over here. I'm just gonna put it over here. The teacup over here. And I'm just gonna let this come to a boil. Alright, it's finally starting to come to a boil on the sides, as you can see. We're going to let it boil, not boil over, but let it boil a couple of times at least. That way everything is mixed in and has the intensity that you want. Now, you can leave it in there longer on slower flame, and it will get more intense and more intense. You'll get a lot more color in there as well. I'll show you the color that I desire. Alright, it's starting to come to a boil right now. Almost to the top, bring it down. I'll just turn it to the low, that's about it. Bring it back up. Bring it back down. Alright, that looks pretty nice. Just gonna grab sieve here, and that's done. There we go, and that's quite hot. Let's get this out. Got my trusted little towel over here. We're going to pour it directly in our cups. Oh, look at that. Perfect amount of tea. There we go. Alright, let me try to show you, give you a better look over here in the daylight. I've got these nice little biscuits that I made for the wife and I. They look pretty good. Alright, here's the tea. As you can see. It smells pretty nice. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your cup of tea in the mornings. Hot, but so good. See you later. Thank you for watching.